running.
What about Bozo the Clown?
No, Bozo isn't on this ballot.
Oh, he's not? Oh, but he is running
Tell
now.
us, Answer Man, why is it that we are consistently faced with mediocre choices for President of the United States?
Because the process is so good.
There you have it, the process.
The process.
The process is everything.
It winnows out the seed and leaves us the chaff.
Wow. Maybe if we just took the compliment of... Well, anyway.
The compliment.
The compliment.
Well, I wanted to find out, have you played any Long Riders yet? They've got a new album out, you know.
Yeah. Long Riders? Yeah.
Do you play it tonight?
No, I haven't played it yet.
Well, I'll play something from it.
All right, thanks, Answer Man.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Bye.
494-8810. And we've got another caller. Hello, you're on Flame Session.
How you doing?
All right.
I wanted to ask you what you think was going on in El Salvador at this moment.
Probably a couple murders.
No, you know, this...
You mean at this moment, or what I think of the general situation?
Yeah, the rebels come in to negotiate, and now the Salvadoran army is on an offensive. They're taking back land, they're killing more people. And,
well, it was sort of like the old bait and switch, you know?
And look at the CIA plane that went down in Cerno Grande.
What I want to know is what people think of this CIA handbook that they discovered.
Exactly, you know, now one plane goes down.
You know, and of course Reagan is like, oh, I didn't know about it,
Reagan's
but...
all right, you know, if you realize it or not, Reagan's all right.
Reagan's all right?
I'm a Republican, and I'm voting for Reagan. And if Reagan dies, we have Bush, and Bush is a good man also. You want Mondale? Mondale looks like a geek, come on.
So you're voting on their, like, manliness and geekiness?
Reagan, see, people are afraid of Reagan, because they're not sure of him. And in other countries, they terrify them. They put them, you know, in their place. Mondale and Ferraro, I can't see a woman running in this office.
So you think that, the purpose of the United States foreign policy is to terrify other countries and put them in their place?
More or less this is what's going on. I'm looking right now at pictures here in El Salvador, and there's just American advisors flying all these choppers. They got Salvadoran gunners here. Every picture has an American soldier.
Uh-huh. Do you think that's a good idea?
No.
No.
But there's weapons here, left and right. Look at this. Here's a picture. There's a lady pushing her husband to her remains. All blood just coming out of this thing.
Well, so, and Ronald Reagan is responsible for this.
Well, in a way, the whole democratic system is. See, the Republicans will just sit here, you know, and build up the country. These Democrats want to get out, do this special interest up the ass, all this shit.
You can't say that.
I'm getting up. I'm getting full now. Here, let's go to the back of this magazine and see right here.
What magazine is this?
Is this Soldier of Fortune or something like that?
Mercenary pilot for hire.
God.
He's in Italy at this time.
Uh-huh.
He's a 5-man attack group. They're in West Germany. Hey, you want coffee?
Oh, you know what else today is? This should make you happy.
All right.
Today in history. Wait, let me find it. Oh, no, I know what it was. No, it wasn't a Today in History thing. It's just a story in that newspaper we use. That they've recreated the Green Berets.
Really?
Yeah, they just have their... it's right near the back.
Right near the back, she says.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Let's see what it says.
Unless I clipped it out.
Here's something even better.
No.
Public Wimp number 1.
Oh, that's really boring.
A half-century ago, Machine Gun Kelly was ushered into a cell at Alcatraz prison by 20 heavily armed guards, but it was a simple case of overkill. The 2-bit punk was a pussycat who never shot anyone.
Boring. No, it's a little box in there.
Here's ninja weapons. Every ninja weapon. Right here. Ninja hoods. 1295.
You sound like a menace to society, sir.
Menace Productions. Little company.
Uh-huh.
You sound like one of these people who, like, collects all sorts of guns in his house and then goes crazy one day and shoots everybody.
No, you see, the deal is that if anything does happen, I just jump on my mountain bike and I'm off into the woods.
Oh, so you're a survivalist.
Yeah.
I suppose you really like that movie, Red Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know...
Very accurate portrayal of...
You know, I was in Boy Scouts. My parents loved it because they could send me away for whole summers at a time. All right, and I got to know the woods very well, and now I've got this bike that will go through the woods, and nothing can stop me if I got a gun. Forget it.
Tell me, sir, do you ever put on a clown outfit and entertain little children?
No, I'm not like that.
Oh,
I have, you know, lovely children here.
Uh-huh. Just wondering.
But, you know...
So, do you think that you are typical of Ronald Reagan supporters?
Yeah, more or less. But I'm not really, you know, I'm listening to this show, and,
yeah,
you know, I'm doing drugs right now.
Uh-huh.
You know, waiting for the show to go over, and I'll go out and I'll get drunk.
Uh-huh.
But, you know...
Quite a life.
I'm making better money than I was, and I know that I can make better money.
Do you think Ronald Reagan's responsible for that?
Yeah.
Why?
If he can straighten everything out, I mean, this is a big country.
But don't you understand? The President of the United States has almost no effect on the economy. It's all symbolic.
Watch him. People, that's it, symbolic. Symbolic. Everything's a symbol, you know?
Yeah, but it's like...
He's there. I mean, one man couldn't run this whole place. He's just there to give more...
He couldn't run this whole place even if one man could run this whole place.
Kidding.
All right.
Oh,
What?
boy, I put my foot in my mouth, huh?
You put your foot in your mouth. Well, I'll tell you, you're probably the only Republican who listens to this show, so congratulations.
Uh-oh. The phone won't stop ringing now.
Oh, my God, the switchboard just lit up.
I'm a proud redneck, and I'll always be a proud redneck.
All right, you
right.
stay where you belong.
Have a day.
Bye-bye.
Legs off the line.
494-8810. You stay where you belong. That's what I like. All right. Hi, you're on Flame Session.
Hi. I just like to say when you say all the candidates are mediocre for president, I think that indicates the mediocre minds of the people in America.
And since you're calling from MIT, I presume that you believe that you don't have a mediocre mind.
Oh no, I don't see as that means anything. I'm sure I'm not calling from MIT. I'm calling from outside.
Then you're one of the people who knows the secret number to call in the dorm line.
Yeah,
How did you do that?
I went to MIT.
So you're close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, and who are you supporting for president?
Well, I think that the best thing to do is go to the ballot box and not vote for either candidate, and just sort of give that message of.
So how are you just gonna like go in the machine? What they have? Where you vote? Do they have voting machines or ballots?
They have voting machines. It's a high-tech place.
So you're gonna go into the machine, close the curtain, and then just open it up again?
Well, I might vote for some of my friends on the local candidates.
I see.
But for the national, I just don't think that my vote would have any effect.
Well, you know what my feeling is? Your vote for the President of the United States is worth essentially nothing because there are 100 million people voting out there, and your vote is worth 100 million to the
But that's
total.
not true.
Yes, it is.
It isn't, because if you decide to vote, then you influence other people to vote, and then they influence other people, and then
No, you can just tell people you're voting and stay home.
I think that answering a Lou Harris poll has a lot more influence on people than your vote. Yeah.
But then again, I don't have very much faith in those polls because I used to work at one of those polling companies, and they use pretty.
Did you used to change the things according to what you believe?
Well, I never did, but some people did. Now, they wouldn't change them as much as they had to get a certain number of calls per hour, and if people would hang up on them and they were under their quota, they just fill in the answers however they felt like it. So so I don't really know how accurate these polls are, anyways.
Yeah, well, they change a lot anyways because people change their minds all the time.
Right. And it's pretty sad that polls should have anything to do with change. The fact coming out with a poll actually changes the results because people say, well, everyone else supports them, I should go with the flow.
Yeah.
Right, but that's really stupid because that's like voting for. Gee, I think I'll be really fucked over, but like.
That's two. Oh, did he?
No, that was the other guy.
Oh, that was the other guy. Well, we've got to start cracking down on these vulgarities here, or what's his name is gonna get in our tail.
Right.
All right. Hi, you're on Flame Session.
Hi, this is the same person that called earlier.
From the Haunt?
Yeah,
All right.
Is this Nico or is it Mother?
Nika. Well, personally, about this presidential election, I think that I don't think we should vote for either one of them because I think they're both stupid. I think they're just going to both blow up the earth.
So what's the alternative? What do we do instead?
Vote for you guys.
All right.
Oh boy.
Larry and John for are you going to be who's going to be the president, who's going to be the vice president?
Oh, I don't care.
Well, actually, you can't actually vote for someone for president in Massachusetts. You vote
for the delegates?
The electors to the electoral college, and each candidate has about in Massachusetts about 15 people who are dedicated to him, and they go to this thing called the electoral college and vote on December 31st. But pretty much those electors are determined by the popular vote, but sometimes they can change their mind. Just wanted to fill everyone in on that little detail.
Oh boy.
Right.
On both times that I've called here, so far, well, when I tuned in, it was like in the middle of the show. I want to know what time the show starts and what time it ends.
It's on from 8 to 10, Monday, what am I saying? 8 to 10 at night, every other Saturday.
Oh, so that'll be on like Saturday after next.
Right.
Okay.
We alternate with a show called Treats from... Oh, thanks, Larry. Treats from the Wizzo comedy show.
Is that
Listen
funny?
to that, too.
Is
Yeah,
it
they play
fun?
lots of funny songs.
Oh,
They are very good.
like Dr. Demento?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think we should, play music, because this has been going on for an awful long
We've
time.
got an MIT caller. Let's take that.
All right, but let's not take another caller after that. You promise?
Promise.
Okay.
Hi, you're on Flame Session?
Yeah, of the candidates for president,
Uh-huh.
I believe there's one that's ordained by a deity.
Which
Where?
one?
Who is that?
Oh, I thought Reagan. Wasn't he endorsed by God?
Well, he is, but God's not important.
Oh, I see.
There's the worker for the National Democratic Workers' Party, I believe, or
Mm-hmm.
Or something.
Lyndon LaRouche.
He's endorsed by a deity?
LaRouche.
Oh, I see. Ah.
Uh-huh. Well, just because there's a
Mir-
similarity in their name does not necessarily mean they're endorsed by,
Well, my friends in the Illuminati, they told me.
uh-huh.
Well,
Well,
it's on his
I
side.
personally think that your whole philosophy is stupid. Goodbye. We're not...
Music.
Oh, okay.
You promise.
I got a little carried away.
All
What are we going to hear?
We'll start it up. This is from the Repo Man soundtrack. What are you doing? Oh, that's how it goes. Sorry.
You don't have much faith in my
This is not the right
engineering
song, Larry. You queued up the wrong song.
ability. True enough. Should I change it?
Yes, stop it now. Now, I wanted Larry to play a song by The Plugs, which is a Spanish version. No, that's not it. That's institutionalized. Take a look at the record. Wait a minute. Let me check the liquor. Wait a minute. Larry, that's the wrong side. I told you to see on the other side. Jeez. Okay, now Larry tries to cue up the record here, and we'll see what happens. Okay, is this it? This better be it. This is The Plugs doing Hombre Secreto, Spanish version of Secret Agent Man. All right. This is it.
I'm so proud of myself.
All right.
Es un hombre que vive peligroso. Todo lo que hace es sabroso. Cada vez que lo ves, le escurre como miel. Quizás no verás la mañana. Hombre secreto, le han dado un número y quitado el nombre. Le han dado un número y quitado el nombre, no. Quizás no verás la mañana. Hombre secreto, le han dado el número y quitado el nombre, no. Louie, Louie, we gotta go. Louie, Louie, we gotta go. Find every girl to wait for me. We catch the ship across the sea. I sail the ship for all alone. I never think I'll make it home. And Louie, Louie, well, we gotta go. Louie, Louie, we gotta go. 3 nights and days, we sail the sea. We think of girl, we constantly. On the ship, I dream she's there. I smell the rose in her hair. And Louie, Louie, we gotta go. Well, Louie, Louie, we gotta go. Me see Jamaica moon above. It won't be long. Me see me love. Me take her in my arms and then I tell her I'll never leave again. And Louie, Louie, well, we gotta go. I say now, Louie, Louie, well, we gotta go. I said, we gotta go. Well, we gotta go. I said, now we gotta go. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Let's see it. Oh, man. I am not the doctor. This is what I have. I say, doctor. This man, yeah, man. What is it? He said, yeah. Sick? Are you? Billy D. Good blood. 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 Good blood.
Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Get me to the airport, put me on a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go insane. Can't control my fingers, can't control my brain. Oh no, oh no, no. 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair, get me to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. Can't control my fingers, can't control my toes. Oh no, 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 no. be sedated. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. In a wheelchair, get to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. I can't control my fingers, can't control my toes. Oh no, oh no, no. Ba, 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 ba. I wanna be sedated. Ba, 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 ba. I wanna be sedated. Ba, 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 ba. I wanna be sedated. Ba, 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 ba. I wanna be sedated.
Hee-haw. The swinging erudites, I want to be sedated. That's some local music. I guess we can dedicate that to Nika's mother.
Yeah, Nika's mother.
Yeah, that's got an all-star cast, kind of. It's got James Ryan on vocals, Johnny Angel from the Blackjacks is playing guitar, and Tom Lloyd from the Del Fuegos is playing bass, and Randall
John,
Gibson from Scruffy the Cat is playing drums.
John.
What?
The last time we played this song,
I probably said the same
you
thing.
said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Well,
It's...
shut up.
Oh, okay.
No,
Fine.
go ahead.
Oh. Well, anyway, that's about it. The Residents before that with their version of Good Lovin', and then 2 versions of Louie Louie, because Larry didn't have the next song queued up yet, so he had to play 2.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, cute. The Rice University Marching Band's version and Richard Berry, which Larry thinks might be the original version.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. And, well, did he write the song?
I think so.
You could probably...
Oh, no, I think he was the original person to record it.
Oh.
It actually says on the back of the record.
Oh, I see.
If I could find,
Well, anyway,
find the record.
started off with the Plugs doing Hombre Secreto, something like that.
Is that Spanish for secreting man?
Something like that.
Wow. Well, let's see. Oh, yes. The story of Louie Louie begins in late 1955. Richard Berry, a young black musician in Los Angeles, at the time was playing in a Mexican group, Ricky Rivera and the Rhythm Rockers. One of the songs this group performed, El Loco Cha-Cha-Cha, had a rather contagious musical figure in it which Berry couldn't get out of his head. One night, while waiting backstage to perform at the Harmony Club Ballroom, the words Louie Louie superimposed themselves around the persistent riff in Berry's mind,
Loco Cha.
and quote, the rest just fell into place, unquote. In this visualization and creation of the song Louie Louie, Berry cites a composition called One for My Baby as being influential. One for My Baby is sung from a viewpoint of a customer speaking to a bartender named Joe and saying, one for my baby,
Joe
one for the road. Set him up, Joe. Joe Mama. All right, time for the next caller. Hi, you're on Flame Session.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Adam from Somerville.
Hi, Adam.
Have we heard from you before?
Yeah, he called up last time.
It's hard to remember these things.
Yes, last time. I thought you had an interesting conversation after I hung up last time about
Must have been because you hung up. I don't know.
No, about I tried to get through and I couldn't anymore. About the media.
The media.
Commercial television and radio.
Oh yeah, Larry was really on a roll.
That was quite a conversation there.
And also, though, the thing I wanted to say was, you were talking about public PBS and how their stuff is supported by big corporations and stuff. But also, I was thinking, well, so MIT also is, what's supporting that?
You hit it on the head, Buster.
Yeah, they're building, people that work for Draper that went to MIT or stuff.
You got it, boy.
Okay.
It's all part of the military-industrial complex. And WMBR is just this little voice that slips in under the,
In fact, that was brought up last time also.
It's this big hand that smashes down on people, and, in between the fingers, people are able to climb up and get out. And that's what we are. We're in between the fingers of the big hand of, what's it called, the hand of retrieval or something from Subgenius?
I don't know.
And also,
Anyway, we're not owned directly by MIT.
you were talking about other shows, like they were saying that yours is the only good show.
That's not true. There's
They
lots
were
of good
saying
shows.
Well, they were wrong.
No, you were saying that there were...
Our shows and others that are like us.
No, they were saying that your show specifically was the only good one on.
Well, you know, some people, they get a little carried away.
Yeah, and
in
you
their
were
adulation of us.
Yeah, you said there's other shows like All Ears, which since that last show isn't on anymore.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's quite a loss to the station. I really was getting into that show myself.
Were you? Really?
Yeah, with good old Jay Zarzecki and Craig Milanese.
I think I'm the only one that called in all of their calling shows.
They are the you know, Edward R. Murrow and Dan Rathers of non-profit radio.
Yeah, but I brought up some subjects when I called them, and they're always so intellectual, and the thing is that it's like they seem to take what you're saying and turn it into something else and avoid talking about what you're really saying.
As opposed to us, right?
That's right, yeah.
So what do you think about secret military documents found in piñatas?
Oh, God. Stupid.
Not that I want to turn around anything that you're saying.
I don't know. No, I'm like listening to stuff, and like Sonia Johnson is the candidate that I believe. You know, she's someone to believe in. That's my feeling. I met her. She's great. And all the stuff about Reagan and Mondale, and then there's stuff. Oh, there was the handgun show on All Ears last time.
Right. Yeah, that was like the last show or something.
And then they had this handgun rally the next week.
Uh-huh.
So the thing is, I was looking at this stuff, and they're saying there's like 10,000 people killed by handguns in this country every year.
Right.
But then you look at other things. The report I heard last night on the news was about missing children, and they said 500,000 to 2 million every year missing children.
I find that hard to believe.
I don't think it's that.
How many people are born in this country every year?
I know, over 10 years you get 20 million. That's 1 out of every 10. It's incredible.
Well, maybe he's right.
And here's the globe. FBI joined child sex probe. Here's 6 children that were in pornography things and they were killed. And it's going on all the time.
I think that this brings up the really important question of the hour. What is this country coming to?
And precisely also, though, if I may take a little more, about MBR, and I listened to other shows, and I heard the Frogs yesterday. I heard Coca-Cola, okay?
Coca-Cola douche.
That's right. And I listened to punk. Now, I have my own questions about, for me, this punk stuff. I try to understand what's going on. It's a bit too intellectual for me. I don't understand. I understand most of the songs I listen to, on MBR particularly. Half of them are about sex, at least. Very explicit, all right?
Hey, what about that song, did you hear the song we played at the beginning of the show called Teen Love?
By No Trend?
By No Trend. It was about the 2 people who got in a car accident. Did you understand that?
Yeah, I understood that.
Well, that's about as intellectual as we get around here.
No, I mean, it's punk music in general is like, what I can't understand is people, now see, I see punk music as making statements and saying, look, here's a robotic society, here's stuff that's screwed up.
Right.
It's also making a statement about music, though.
And it seems to be anti-music as a statement to me. It seems to be saying, look, you can bash around and make any kind of noise, and it's, people can listen to it.
But a lot of... It's more like it's going back to the roots of what rock and roll once was and now no longer is. Oh,
anyhow,
boy.
I hear a lot of songs that are about very explicit and...
Well, you talking about the Fugs?
Not just them.
The Fugs are from the 60s. I mean, that's like from 1965.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize. And I hear this, and songs about drugs, and I don't know, it bothers me what I see.
But the Fugs are hilarious.
Tell us, Adam, how old are you?
24 or 24?
24.
Well, you told us 2 weeks ago.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, I'll talk as long as you don't mind me to, but I thought I had some interesting things to say. Aside
Well, yeah, you're one of our more stimulating callers.
Can you put me on an echo, please, please, please?
Oh,
God.
I'm just kidding.
Fine.
But anyhow, sorry? No,
So you can't even understand.
Sorry?
Go, take off the echo.
Yeah, thank you. This is what bugs me. I look around and Reagan and everything else and people being killed in every country and everywhere, including this one, and I'm confused.
The question is, what is the world coming to?
I think so. I really think so. And I get upset. I hear, okay, this is the other thing. I listen to things on, this station, and particularly, like, because it's college and the kids are, you're 20, 18, whatever, reading the news, and every time it's something about drugs or something, you start giggling. And it's supposed to be cool, and it's all this, and I don't think it's cool, people blowing out their own minds so that they eventually don't realize what's going on, and they don't care if the world blows up or if we have...
Well, do you think the people who don't take drugs are any more concerned about whether the world blows up than the people who do?
I think that anybody who is concerned will be doing a much better service to the world by staying sober and doing something positive about it and not blanking out and leaving the world to the other people who don't care.
Well, that's true. Certainly someone who spends most of their time in an altered state of mind is not going to be able to do anything to improve the world.
Well, what's the difference between that and sitting in front of a television all night?
Well, no, because even after you stop sitting in front of the television, the physical, your brain cells are still in fairly working order. But
that's up to debate.
You put chemicals in your body, and you don't know what it's going to destroy. That's my feeling. I just get upset with the whole situation of people acting cool, and the punk scene, and the rock scene, and drugs. And I'm sorry, I just ramble because this is what gets to me, though.
Well, there is a segment of the punk under subculture which eschews the use of all mind-altering chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And
straight edge.
They're called straight edge.
So I think you're right. It's what's the world coming to, and I should probably hang up because I talked a long time.
Well, thanks for calling, Adam.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
494-8810.
There was someone on the dorm line, but I guess they gave up.
If you can match that fascinating flame, please try and call up. Hi, you're on Flame Session.
I'm coming from Situate.
Situate.
Yeah, and I'd like to dispute a fact you made. You said that you're the only station you're the only show on the station that doesn't have a concert report.
All right, okay.
Well, okay.
I was listening to the Indian music program quite often. I haven't heard one on that.
Well, but they have they give all these community announcements about Indian things that are going on.
Hey, I can hear someone else talking on the phone.
What? You probably have a bad connection or something.
That's strange.
Yeah. No, I mean, but they don't have a concert report, but they do give all these public service announcements about things that are happening in the Indian community. See, so that's kind of the equivalent, you might say, since there aren't too many Indian concerts.
Well, there's also the news doesn't have a concert report either.
That's true.
I mean, there are lots of shows that don't have concert reports, but we're the only show that doesn't have a concert report.
As opposed to the only show that doesn't have a concert report.
Right.
Oh, and the show that used to be on after you, the Slimy Goo.
Right.
They're still on. They're on Fridays now.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, they have Slick Radio now.
Slick Radio, yeah.
Slick Radio.
But the Asylum's still going. I have to say, I think the Asylum was probably the best program ever on radio.
Yeah, well, we're trying to step into their rather large footsteps.
Well, only a small part of it.
We think we do a good job.
Yeah, you do all right, but nothing can replace this.
Okay, well...
All right, fine. Nothing can replace...
All right.
Why do people keep calling up and saying, geez, it's too bad the Asylum left. Oh, gee. What happened?
You were talking too loud.
Oh, fine. It's just... I mean, just because we happen to be going on around the same time as the Asylum, people start complaining.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not complaining.
Good.
All right, thanks for calling, Situate. Talk to you later.
Both storm lines are ringing, and now they're not anymore.
They
just have no patience.
It's interesting.
I mean, it doesn't cost anything to let it ring for a while.
All right.
Come on.
Well, I'd have to hear the ringing in the air. 494-8810. Dorm line 6731. All you MIT people, call us up.
What is the world coming to?
All right. Let's see. Deep thoughts. I'll bet one of the main rules of hunting is don't shoot any animal that is hitching a piggyback ride on your friend. This has got to be the stupidest thing I've ever... Okay, now all the phones are ringing. Let's put someone in there. Hi, you're on Flame Session. Yes, they're not.
It's ringing.
Try it again. Hi, you're on Flame Session.
Now someone is.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
I have something to say about the presidential election you were talking about.
Please do.
Okay. I'm supporting a write-in candidacy for Yoko Ono.
Yoko...
I mean, if she knew enough to run John's life, she knows enough to run the country, right?
Well,
she wasn't born in
I'm
this
not
country,
quite sure
so-
about your logic there, but yeah, she is ineligible to be president of the United States because she's not a U.S. citizen. And even if she was, you have to be born in the United States.
Oh, but isn't that redundant?
No, you can be a naturalized citizen and still not be eligible to be president.
Oh.
Bet you didn't know that.
We learn something every day. This is educational radio.
This is educational radio. Thanks for calling.
Boy, oh boy.
I was just going to comment that there's probably our audience who listens to the show is probably biased in favor of the comments I made about commercial television last week, since people who listen to non-commercial radio tend to think it's better in some sense than commercial radio.
That's true.
You know, a lot of people tend to share my viewpoint.
Sorry.
Hi, you're on Flame Session?
Hi.
Yes. 494-8810.
Well, I'm glad she got her jolly.
Storm line 6731. Hi, you're on Flame Session?
Yeah, I just got some news on Kiss.
On Kiss.
About Gene Simmons.
Tell us about it.
Isn't he and Wendy O. Williams are kind of going at it, aren't they?
Nah.
No?
Not anymore.
Well, anyway.
He goes with Liza Minnelli.
He what?
He goes with Liza Minnelli.
Okay, and what is the big news about him?
He has a new movie coming out in December called Runaway.
Runaway. Well, we'll certainly be looking for it.
And he plays the part of a maniac.
What else? Okay, thanks for that hot news item.
Okay, I have an answer for the answer man.
What's that?
A question. Do you think that...
Spit it out.
Do you think that Motley Crue should make another album?
Okay, we'll ask the answer man now.
Talk to you later.
Might be the answer man now.
Oops. Hello, you're on Flame Session.
Hello.
What's this person doing? Putting their phone up to their radio or something?
Maybe.
494-8810. Hi, you're on Flame Session?
Yeah, hi. Are you talking about the presidential race?
We certainly are.
Okay, well, I want to mention, my name's Jim. I'm from East Boston.
Uh-huh.
And, well, I just want to say, does everybody know that Larry Harmon is running for president?
Larry who?
Larry Harmon.
He's Bozo.
That's right.
Yeah,
He is?
He's an official write-in candidate.
he is. And, he was saying the other day, he says, you think this is easy?
He puts on his makeup.
It takes me 5 hours to put on my makeup every day, and the other candidates...
How long does it take Ronald Reagan to put on his
The
makeup?
other candidates only have to put on a suit and tie, and it takes him 5 hours.
And he's very serious about it, too. But so just I'm one of the Boston-based people who are supporting Larry Harmon for president. Just want to get the word out to everybody around who are listening to MBR tonight. What's the name of the show, anyways?
This is called Flame Session.
Flame Session, 8 to 10?
8 to 10, every other Saturday.
Okay.
Listen, or we'll kill you.
Okay.
All right, talk to you later.
Take it.
494-8810. Should we play some more music? Well, here's a very appropriate...
here's someone on the dorm line.
All right. This person keeps calling up. Here's a very appropriate song in reference to what Adam from Somerville had to say.
Well, it's 10...
Well,
10
we'll
to
just
10.
we'll just put this underneath.
Okay. What is this?
You'll see. Hi, you're on Flame
Yeah, I guess
Session?
they hung up.
Nope. All right, 494-8810.
I've heard this. What is this? Oh, this one.
Hi, you're on Flame Session? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Talk to me.
Talk to us.
All right. You guys doing good tonight.
Thank you.
Who is this?
Charlotte.
Who?
Charlotte. And Christina, Maria, and all of us girls.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Oh, don't hang up on me.
Well, say something.
What do you want me to say? Oh, you text me. I love you. What do you want me to say?
Well, justify your existence on the airwaves.
Hey, we called up. What? No, wait a second. My friend Christine wants to talk to you. Yeah, Chris. What? Hey, you there?
Hi.
Hi, we just called to let you know that we're partying. We're listening to you guys and stuff. We called, but you guys hung up on us.
Oh, that's because you were laughing.
We couldn't help it. It was funny.
Well, we
have something to say.
We have at least 500,000 listeners out there, and they don't want to be listening to you laughing. So it's our duty to cut you off if you start getting ridiculous.
Oh, we're not getting ridiculous. Don't worry about it.
Sure you are.
All right. Well, thanks for calling, Christine. Talk to you later. Hi, you're on Flame Session. Hello. Hello. Nothing. Hi, you're on Flame Session.
Hello.
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 Yes, you're on Flame
Is
Session.
it true that naturalized citizens can become president of the United States?
They cannot become president of the United States.
Oh, you had me all excited there because I thought Henry Kissinger could run for president.
Nope.
No, in fact, no matter how far Henry Kissinger rises up on on the political ladder, he will never be president of the United States. Think about that.
That's why Nixon might have made him vice president when Agnew resigned, but he couldn't because you have to be born in this country.
Right.
That's probably not the only reason why
Well,
he wouldn't have
but it was
been
one of them.
vice president. He told me-
It was a sufficient reason.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you hadn't really. All right. Thanks for the clarification.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh, we got another caller. Hi, you're on Flame Session. Hello. Hello. What is it with these people?
I don't understand.
Hi, you're on Flame Session.
That was very profound.
What was that?
I think he said, "Screw you all, man."
Oh, I see.
Uh-huh.
We have another caller.
Do it.
Hello.
Turn off the record.
What's up?
What's up? What's
not
up
much.
with you? You
Is the
called
liquor
up.
store?
What?
Is the liquor store?
Sorry. We're not. We've been called lots of things, but liquor store has never been one of them.
That's true.
Speaking of liquor stores, let's talk about alcohol. Well, actually, we only have 5 minutes left. We'll talk about that next time.
Oh, okay.
Hi, you're on Flame Session.
What about professional wrestlers?
What about them?
I mean, do they serve any useful purpose?
Yes, they're very amusing.
Yeah, I just noticed lately, like, everyone in town's talking about it. I've never really been into it. I was wondering if any of you guys knew anything about it.
Yeah, I used to be a big fan of professional wrestling when I was around in 7th grade, and then I sort of it got boring. But every once in a while, when I go home,
Kind of one of those phases that adolescents.
I watch it. It's sort of it's a parody on itself almost. And
Then, alright, how about all my, I don't like using the word, but my punk friends, alright?
Yeah.
Like, they're really into it,
well, because I guess professional wrestling symbolizes the total absurdity of society, and they get into that.
Sounds good, okay, thanks a lot.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Glad to be of assistance. Inquiring minds, listen to the Flame Session.
I think we should say goodbye. So that's.
Well, we've got to. Okay, let's play one more song. This is from the Clash. Their first. Well, Give Them Enough Rope. That's not their
Well,
first
wait a
album.
minute. No, it's the second one. But shouldn't we say goodbye or something?
Now it's time to say good night.
It's almost as good as your Marseillais.
Good night. Sleep tight. Now it's time to say good
Put
night.
someone on the air.
Hi, you're on Flame Session.
Do it again. They keep hanging up.
Hi, you're on Flame Session.
Gene Simmons can sing better than you.
Ooh,
And
ooh.
now, with that word of wisdom, our last song. Good night, everybody. Listen again in 2 weeks. So on, so forth.
Bye. What's the name of the song?
Hanging about down in Market Street, I spent a lot of time on my feet when I saw some bucks in your boat, really just to see. I knew how to sing, and they knew how to pull. One of them had a Les Paul, all the time to sing. All the young folks got to love swimmers to fly ball. All you young guns living now, swimmers to fly ball. All you young folks got to love swimmers to fly ball. All you young guns living now, swimmers to fly ball.
sweet one, luckily got the fruit. All the young ones got their lives forever to cry for. All you young ones, get it now, stop it. All the young ones got their lives forever to cry for. All the young ones, get it now, stop it. Get it back, be a boy, there's your last night. Be a boy, a 45 to love, a 45 more, the whole night long. We're all good, so wanna get up and be that strong. I say goodbye. That's good. I'm proud of the point about the wind will drop those dogs. I shoot the east, drop by the a 45 more, the whole night long.
It's now 10 o'clock on WMBR in Cambridge. You are tuned in to Unsafe in Any Speed, and this is Flipper with Brainwash.
Okay, like, see, there's and then, never mind, forget it, you wouldn't understand anyway. Okay, like, see, there's and then, never mind, forget it, you wouldn't understand anyway. Okay, like, see, there's and then, never mind, forget it, you wouldn't understand anyway. Okay, like, see, there's and then, never mind, forget it, you wouldn't understand anyway. Okay, like, see, there's and then, never mind, forget it, you wouldn't understand anyway. Okay, like, see, there's and then, never mind, forget it, you wouldn't understand anyway.
You were turned in to Unsafe at Any Speed. That was Flipper with Brainwash. My name is Steve Colson, and I'll be applying this evening's Brainwash for the next 2 hours.
Never cut down sheep on stand. Right? Read it in the papers and all the stupid cunts. It was called Punk's Not Dead.
Wednesday morning after the triumphant entry, Annas and Caiaphas finally hatched the plot to capture Jesus and put him to death. Jesus had become too popular for these two plotters. They bargained with Judas Iscariot to deliver Jesus to them. The next evening, since it was the feast of the Passover, the apostles met with Jesus in a large upper room. During supper, Jesus arose, laid aside his garments, took a towel and put it about him, poured water into a basin, and began to wash his disciples' feet. When he had finished, he spoke.
Do you understand what it is I have done to you? You hail me as the Master and the Lord, and you are right. It is what I am. Then if I have washed your feet, I who am the Master and the Lord, you in turn ought to wash each other's feet. I have been setting you an example, which will teach you to do what I have done for you. Now that you know this, blessed are you if you perform it.
Get out, you! And fuck this out, the truth!
Hi, I'm Alex. You're listening to Unsafe at Any Speed here on WMBR in Cambridge. And that was Ism with Life Ain't No Bowl of Brady Bunch. And with me is a celebrity DJ who isn't a celebrity. His name is Alan, and he's going to be my co-host this evening on Unsafe at Any Speed. And Alan, why don't you start telling the audience what we started the show off with?
Okay, kids. I remember when I was your age and I had my little transistor radio and I was staying up late at night and everyone was getting to go out and have such a good time, but that didn't bother me because I had my little, earplug plugged into my ear so I wouldn't disturb the parents and everything was going fine. Well, at the top of the list, if you can remember when we merged stations, the first song that we played was called something about Pinto the Pony, but you have the record over there.
Yeah, it was by Pepper Swift.
Pepper Swift.
A guy will always remember.
Playing Pinto the Pony is Dead. And we played that for all of you who were born after 1970, and I'm sure there must be a lot of you out there who were unfamiliar with the good old days of rock and roll. And for you, it all started in the 70s, so we wanted to give you a little taste of the old days with something like in the Jackson Browne, Joni Mitchell type vein. So that was the Pony song.
And
there.
after that, we had the classic.
After that?
It was The Exploited with Punk's Not Dead, my theme song. I love it, I love it, I love it. And
right. And then we got a little jump on church tomorrow morning for you. And
it was Rudimentary Peni with Army of Jesus.
Yeah, that came after the fact. Oh, and I have some questions for you tonight. See who's done their homework. I'm wondering if anybody knows what rudimentary peni might possibly mean. Do you know what rudimentary means? Mary?
In a roundabout way.
It means elementary, pertaining to the first principles. So something to do with like rudimentary school, elementary school, and peni. Can you tell me what peni could possibly be?
Not over the air.
Yeah, well, it's not the plural of the word you might be thinking of, nor the singular. However, it could be the word penitent, which means one who confesses sin, or it could be penitential, a book of canons relating to the process of penance, or it could be penitentiary, not necessarily the prison that you might think of, but an officer appointed to deal with cases of conscience reserved for a bishop or the Holy See. And I wonder who knows what the Holy See is.
I wonder if, anyone has a pencil and paper, at hand, copying all this info down.
Well, the Holy See, for all of you who can't guess and couldn't possibly even read a dictionary, the Holy See is the office of the Pope, right? And then the next song was a song by Flux of Pink Indians. What was the name of that song, anyway?
It was TV Dinners.
TV dinners, right. We didn't have any TV dinners tonight. But pink is an interesting word. Pink can mean a number of things. For example, a person with radical but not extreme political opinions, or to pierce with a rapier, to stab. And then, of course, we heard the song that we mentioned before by Isms, a really super cool band that unfortunately has broken up, and they're Mary didn't write that letter that she was supposed to, I'm sure.
No, I didn't. I was supposed to write the manager of Ism to get Alan a free T-shirt.
No bowl of Brady Bunch from the album A Diet for the Worms, and it's too bad that they won't be making another one. And for you who still have your notebook and your pad of paper here and are taking notes, because after all, this is an educational program. This is a very
try to be educational
station, and the word ism is the last word that we're gonna. If anyone who's out there who can figure out how to spell ism, you will win a free chance to write a letter for me to get that T-shirt. A distinctive doctrine, theory, system, or practice, as in the quotation. This is the age of isms.
And let's change the pace on Unsafe at Any Speed with, Alan, do you want to explain that one, the witch trials?
The witch trials. The taser, it's called the taser from the album Alternative Tentacles Virus Number 3. And the taser, as far as I can tell, is some kind of new experimental weapon that they're working on here at MBR.
Let's give it a peek. If you have any calls, any questions, dial 494-8810.
Turn it on and see what happens. That was Jerry's Kids, a local band with Lost. Before that, we had Shattered Silence from the new Unwanted LP. They did Colorblind, and we had Scream Live with Fight. Next, we have a request for the Germs. This is Caught in My Eye. Old Darby O'Crash died in a car accident, but his music still lives on. If you're on the phone right now, hang on, I'll get right to you. Here are the germs. Steve Colson on Unsafe at Any Speed.
Ah!
right, but you can't come here, son, 'cause you're not 21. Now it's time to go home, but you are not alone, so you're under the gun, you're not the only one. Same all over the world, same all over the world, same all over the world, same all over the world. Scream for more, the answer all. And when it's done, what have you won? I stand accused, I stand abused. And when it's through, what can I do? Same all over the world, same all over the world.